Good morning, students. Welcome to Corporate Governance Session 8. So far, we discussed the definition and meaning of corporate governance, principles, objectives, and factors affecting corporate governance, emergence, history, and growth, and the stakeholders and corporate governance, and different theories on corporate governance. Have you ever think about the models of corporate governance or how the companies implement the corporate governance? Or what may be the best system of corporate governance? Or which model of corporate governance is following in India? Today, let's identify the answers for these questions. So our topic is models of corporate governance. Actually, there is no universally acceptable single model of corporate governance. Different countries follow different models. Corporate governance of some nations concentrate on shareholders, some on board of directors, some on stakeholders. So each model has its own advantages and disadvantages. We have four major models of corporate governance to study. That is Anglo American Model, German model, Japanese model, and Indian model. First one is Anglo American or Anglo Saxon model. This model is used as a basis for corporate governance in USA, UK, Canada, Australia, and some Commonwealth nations. In this model, the shareholders appoint directors and the directors then appoint the managers. Thus, the model clearly separates ownership and control. This model advocates for effective communication between shareholders, board of directors, and management. And all the key decisions of the company are taken after getting approval of the shareholders by voting. So Anglo-American or Anglo-Saxon model. So there is a clear division between the ownership and control. There is three layers of administration, that is shareholders, directors, and managers. The second model is German model. Countries like Germany, Holland, and France follow this system of corporate governance. It is also known as two-tier board model because there are two boards operates in this board. That is Supervisory Board and Management Board. 50% of the members in Supervisory Board are appointed by shareholders and the remaining 50% by employees and trade unions. Management Board is consisting of the executives within the company and these members are appointed by the members of Supervisory Board. Let's see in detail the Supervisory Board and Management Board. The chairman of Supervisory Board is a representative of shareholders and the deputy chairman is the representative of employees. And the members of Supervisory Board are not actively participating in the day-to-day operations of a company, but they oversee the Management Board. The size of Supervisory Board is set by law and it cannot be changed by the shareholders. Management Board, they are responsible to manage the company. They represent the company in its dealings with third parties. And as I mentioned earlier, the management board consisting of the executives within the company who are appointed by the members of Supervisory Board. In the case of German model or two-tier model, the voting rights of shareholders are restricted. That means shareholders can vote a certain percentage regardless of their total share ownership. The third model is Japanese model. Japanese model is a business network of shareholders, banks, financial institutions, and large family shareholders. And this network maintain a cross holdings. That means the member companies own shares in other companies also. And this network of business group is known as Keiretsu. That is known as grouping of enterprises, Keiretsu. And this consists of a supervisory board and it consists of board of directors and a president, and they are jointly appointed by shareholders and banks. Japanese model is characterized by the cross-holdings of capital, trading of goods and services, and business contract. And in the case of Keiretsu, that means the group of enterprises, it helps the companies to maintain a strong financial relationship with affiliated companies. Most of the companies that follow Keiretsu are enjoying stock ownership by affiliated banks and companies. So the cross relationship with major financial institutions helps the companies to avail loans, financial assistance, services related to issue of shares, debts, and advisory services. And the funding bank would be a major shareholder in a company. And the key parties in Japanese model include main banks, keiretsu, management, and government. And corporate governance in Japanese corporation serves to build strong relationship between these parties. So Japanese model, it is a business network model of shareholders, managers, and major banks or financial institutions. It is known as keiretsu or grouping of enterprises. Most of the companies enjoy a stock ownership by the financial institutions, and that cross-holding is beneficial to companies as well as to the financial institutions also. And the last one is Indian model. This model is following in the companies in India. Indian model of corporate governance is based on Gandhian principles of trusteeship and directive principles of Indian Constitution. Indian model is closely similar to Anglo-Saxon model. The committee appointed by Securities and Exchange Board of India to study the corporate governance suggested that the management should accept the absolute rights of shareholders as the true owners of the company. And it is the duty of management to act as the trustees on behalf of the shareholders. And in Indian model of corporate governance, there is a clear distinction between personal and corporate funds. And this Indian model of corporate governance is based on moral values and ethics. So Indian model, it accepts the absolute rights of shareholders. Shareholders are considered as the true owners of company. And the duty of management is to act as the trustees on behalf of shareholders. And this Indian model is based on the Gandhian principles of trusteeship and directive principles of Indian Constitution. It values the morals and ethics. So we discussed Anglo American model, German model, Japanese model, and Indian model of corporate governance. As I mentioned earlier, each model have its own advantages and disadvantages. You should identify the advantages and disadvantages of each model and identify few companies that follow these models of corporate governance. And be prepared for the live session to discuss the same. So today your learning activity is update the PPT on corporate scams. Dear students, along with focusing on achieving the heights of quantitative measures of success, try to find some time to look each other. Don't lose your values and humanity. Thank you.